Have you ever felt like you were responsible for your mother's happiness? Like if she was upset, it was somehow your fault. That's not love, that's emotional labor. It happens when a child becomes the emotional caretaker of a parent. You stop being the daughter and start being the little therapist, always calming, comforting, fixing. Imagine a girl who grows up watching her mother cry after every argument with her dad. She brings tissues, offers hugs, says, "It's okay, Mom." And for a moment, she feels useful. But over time, that girl learns a dangerous lesson. My worth depends on keeping others calm. The truth is, no child should carry adult emotions. Love shouldn't feel heavy or like a job you didn't apply for. Real love allows both people to have space to feel, not just one person to constantly fix. So if you've been carrying someone else's sadness, it's time to put it down. That pain was never yours to begin with. Because once you realize that, you'll start to see the second wound, the hidden message that your own needs don't matter. When the child grows up constantly taking care of their parents' emotions, something quiet, almost invisible, begins to form inside them. The belief that their own needs don't matter. Maybe you know that feeling. You hesitate to ask for help because you don't want to be a burden. You apologize when you cry. You say, "I'm fine," even when you're breaking inside. It starts early. A daughter sees her mom exhausted, and instead of asking for love, she says, "I'm okay, Mom, don't worry about me." And her mom, unknowingly, lets that pattern continue. Years later, that same daughter grows up into an adult who takes care of everyone, co-workers, partners, friends, but forgets how to take care of herself. It's not selfish to have needs, it's human. Yet when love was always tied to sacrifice, your brain learns to associate self-care with guilt. You think, if I rest, someone else will suffer. But here's the truth, you can't pour from an empty cup. You deserve to be heard, to rest, to ask for what you need without fear of rejection. Healing begins when you start giving yourself the permission no one ever gave you, the permission to matter. And when you finally do, something powerful shifts. You start to see how this silent belief affects your relationships, especially the ones you love most. When the father's presence fades, emotionally or physically, something shifts inside the family, and often the daughter steps in to fill that empty space. Maybe her dad was distant, always working, or maybe he just didn't know how to express love. So the daughter becomes the bridge, comforting her mom, mediating their fights, trying to keep peace that isn't hers to keep. She learns to be the strong one, even when she's just a child. But here's the silent cost. She grows up believing that love means responsibility, that her job is to fix what's broken, even when it breaks her. I once heard a woman say, "When my dad left, I became my mom's emotional partner. I was only 10. She didn't realize until years later that she had carried that same pattern into her adult relationships, choosing men that she had to rescue, soothe, or heal. The father's shadow doesn't just leave an absence, it leaves a script, a story that says, you must earn love by being useful. But you don't. You never had to. You deserve to be protected, not to become the protector. And once you understand that, something inside begins to soften. A space opens up to question the patterns you've been repeating without even realizing it. That's where we move next, into the cycle that silently rewrites our adult lives.
Here's the thing about emotional patterns. They repeat until we recognize them. You might find yourself in relationships where you play the same role you did as a child. The listener, the fixer, the one who stays calm when everyone else falls apart. At first, it feels natural, even noble, but deep down, it drains you. You start to notice how tired your soul feels after every conversation that turns into therapy. Every, "It's okay, I'll handle it." Reclaiming your emotional energy isn't about becoming cold or selfish. It's about remembering that your feelings matter too. That you don't have to be the emotional anchor for everyone around you. One simple but powerful practice: pause before saying yes. Ask yourself, is this mine to carry? If not, gently return it. Emotional energy is like oxygen. You can't share it if you're suffocating. Think of it like this. Healing doesn't mean cutting your mother off or blaming your father. It means stepping out of their emotional stories and choosing your own. And when you do, something incredible happens. Your energy shifts from survival to creation. You begin to build a life that feels like yours, not a replay of someone else's pain. Because once you've taken back your energy, there's one final step: learning how to live fully, not just healed, but whole. For so many daughters, healing begins with a single, powerful truth. You are not your mother's reflection. You carry her blood, her memories, maybe even her pain, but you are not her story. You don't exist to continue her suffering or to fix the wounds she never healed. Think of it like this. Your mother handed you a mirror when you were young, but instead of showing your face, it reflected her sadness, her regrets, her fears. And for years, you believed that was you. But that mirror can be put down. You can look at your own reflection, one that holds compassion, independence, and light. A woman once shared that after years of caring for her mother's emotions, she finally asked herself, "What if I stopped trying to be her savior and just tried to be her daughter?" That question changed everything. It allowed love to return, not as duty, but as choice. You can love your mom deeply and still choose a different path. You can honor her story without reliving it. Because healing isn't rebellion, it's evolution. It's the moment you say, "I see where I came from, but I'm walking towards something new." And that's the beauty of inner healing. You stop inheriting pain and start creating peace.